Okay, so I'm gonna talk to the mamas because that is where I was. Like, mama, it is okay for you to take time for yourself and to put yourself above, right? You need to focus on yourself so that you can better take care of your kids. I know it's all about them, you're all wrapped up in them and you want to hide behind them, but don't. You have a purpose, you have a light inside of you, you need to let it shine, right? If you want to act, if you want to sell makeup online, but you're too scared, like just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do it. And I want you to do it because you're unique and you're special and the world needs you. They need you.
It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.
And now the host, Calvin Logan.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another special episode here at the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan, and I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for subscribing to the Logan Power Show and seeing what we are doing. 2024, we know this is going to be a milestone year for us. We're excited for where direction that we're going as a broadcast, and we're looking for you who are watching this broadcast to be inspired. I got with me a returning guest. She's going to talk about the film that has just launched. It's called The Rapture. And she is one of the leading actors on the actual broadcast. She's the one and only Mrs. Jada Grice. How you doing, Mel?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Fantastic. Got a chance to watch The Rapture. I know we have a part one, part two, sort of a spiel. And I like the way that you guys sort of portrayed how some people may be naive in regards to the rapture. And don't want to give it away to everybody, but it's a real good short film that just gives some insight on how people take one thing into one perspective does change. After I have finished this particular project and looking back, is there anything in particular that you say to yourself after watching that you saying like, okay, I could have done this differently, or I believe I hit all my particular points after seeing the film for yourself?
So I believe last time I was saying how nervous I was about people seeing it. I was like, oh my gosh, did I show enough emotion? Were people going to be like, she said she's been filming, but whatever. But you know, I actually got chills at the end of it watching it, and I feel kind of dumb or lame saying that because it was my voice at the end, but it's almost like it gave me chills, like I wanted to cry, like watching it, like at the end. And so but no, I think it turned out better than I mean, I guess I didn't really know what to expect. Because we did all these different days of filming and reshooting this and reshooting that, so it was kind of a surprise to all of us when we finally got to see the whole thing together. And so that was really cool. As I was thinking, like, did I make a fool of myself, or did I do, I wanted people to like feel the emotion behind it, like as if it were like really happening, because it really is gonna happen. So, but yeah, I think it was really good. And then I like how it was kind of like left you hanging for part two to come along in and kind of answer some of those questions people might be having.
Okay. I know for those that don't understand, like it's sort of like a part series, something that's and keep you at suspense. And for you, having your first project, now, any other projects that are you currently have in the works that you're saying, hey, I'm working these things out, I believe this is going to be my next move?
Like as far as like other
Other
films, I
films,
mean,
other films, like, after seeing, like, seeing yourself really get into this fold, getting a good glimpse of what's there. Has any other particular film sort of came up for you, coming up this year or next year? Any projects that you're looking down the road that we should be looking out for?
well, Rapture 2 will be coming up soon, which that'll be cool. And then I'm really excited for Trial of Injustice, the first episode of that to come out, because that's what I spent, or a lot of us spent a lot of time last year, like the whole year filming. And so I'm really excited about that one, because that was actually the first thing that I acted in, was Trial of Injustice. But then when he talked about doing a short film, that one actually came out first. So, I'm excited about that. And I think he's got a lot of other films coming up. I think like The Preacher's Daughter or Blind Faith or something like that. But anyways, I want to be a part of as many as possible, and want to take like classes or help somebody get me like a portfolio, or I don't know. I want to do more stuff. I'm like super pumped. I just want to do more and more and more.
I got it. I can feel the energy. Since you have now found sort of your niche and you want to sort of press your way to become a household name and that people can just see, what you're really made of. Since you've been in another project that's coming out real soon, and now the short film is the first thing up, what are some, I guess, expectations of faith that people would have to take and say, I really want to get involved into the film industry? Because I know a lot of times people always get, so the mindset is saying, okay, well, I don't see a short film being something of a magnitude that's going to put me on the actual platform. So what are there anything in particular that you can sort of help those that sort of like, say, well, I'm not working that from there, in your humble opinion?
Um, well, I would say if you see any like opportunity for anything, if it's small, like a short film, that would be a great place to start. And then you kind of get more comfortable being in front of the camera the more you do it. Like I can tell just myself, the first couple months or whatever, to like later, it's like, oh, okay, I feel like more comfortable, more confident in doing it and stuff. But if it's something that you want to do, like even just a little bit, why not try? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't go looking for this. Like, my friend is the one who messaged me, but I said yes. You know what I'm saying? And I'd never done it before, but I was like, you know what? Why not? I'm a mom that was spending all her time with her child pretty much, and it was it was great. Like, if I could encourage other moms to do something for themselves, like something fun that's just for them, to do that earlier, I would say do it, because you just never know what's going to happen. Like, after the Rapture had been played and like all these different awards that we won and things like that, I'm like, this is crazy and this is like exciting. Like, so just try, just go for it. And the more you do something, the better you're going to get at it. Like, I'm not afraid to like go live on Facebook or whatever, or talk in my stories and stuff, but some people are. But if you just want to start there, you get more comfortable, and then just go for it. Go for it.
Amen. Amen. You want to go for it. Uh, in regards to what we have seen in this past year, we know that we have seen people's faith have sort of weaned, and people are sort of, I'm for the Lord, but I've seen so many different type of images or stories that sort of like derail you from saying like, I really want to push my way through, or people are not really giving its all. Um, since you are mostly, laser focused in type of believers type of films, what do you want, I guess, to be sort of your character? Like, do you just want to stay in films that are mostly sort of tailor focused to believers, or are you willing to say I'm gonna go into different realms? Or are you just saying I'm just right here? This is where I found my niche.
Um, I say I'd like to stay here a while because I have thought about that because I'm big into like investigation type shows and stuff like that. So if it's like a faith-based version, that's even better. Because that's sort of like my background before becoming a mom and everything. So that would be really cool. But I think there's a lot that can be done in this. I think there needs to be more films that are like family friendly and not a bunch of junk or trash in it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, there's so many things that come on TV or on Netflix, whatever, and I'm like, I don't want my kid watching that. And I want it to be something that has meaning. You know what I'm saying? And like you kind of like learn something from, or it makes you want to grow closer in your walk with God and all of that. Because I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, to be Christ-like individuals and to be an example to others. So that is a goal.
Got it. Now, since you have hit the screen, and now, like you mentioned, other type of platforms that do give film, and now when your child says, "Hey, there goes mom on the screen," or your husband say, "Hey, there goes my wife," do you feel a sense of love, a sense of saying like, "Hey, I belong," or now when I'm at home, when I want my kids to be in an environment that's sort of conducive to my faith base, I can now point into projects that I've actually done. So is that how sort of like you have your household sort of geared in regards to your teaching? Like, being a parent, I want to make sure my child is guarded. So I know that I've done this film. So hey, go watch mom and then build your faith there.
Yeah. So like when I think I watched it on TV the first time, Rapture One, with Kyrie, my son. And it was so cute to see him be like, "That's mommy," or whatever. Like, I think I'm more like would rather him be proud of me than my husband. Like, I don't know, just because he's so young, you know what I'm saying? He's so young and like he soaks everything up like a sponge and everything. So I'm like, you know, look, this is what's happened. And it kind of brings up conversations for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can point him back to things like that. So more things that, I've been a part of that he could see and be like, okay, this is real life. And I'm so proud of my mom and I'm learning from her too. So yeah.
Amen. And like I said, for those that are watching, as a parent, you have a sense of just love, and it pretty much allows you to sense and realize that now I can literally give my child something that's going to be healthy. A lot of times you can say, well, if I turn this particular station on, I got to watch the rating, I got to see what it's there. It says PG-13 or PG whatever, but it's not really PG. There's certain things that like, I don't want my child even indulging in. Biggest thing for yourself, there are people that are out there that will try to critique. There are people that are out there that will say, well, that said this will never happen. This project will never get off the ground. Things that you do will never be to an existence. After being gone through this particular year and a half, almost 2 years in this project, when it comes to your faith, or when it comes to how you see yourself down the road, can you say that you're unstoppable now because of what you've done? Or are there some things you say, I think that I need to work on to build my faith, in your humble opinion?
To build my faith. Well, yeah, I definitely feel like this was a good, like, kind of like relaunching for me personally, to kind of get back into like, you know what, God needs to be the main focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as everything, especially with like parenting and all that, I want my son to know God and be respectable and all the things. And I already forgot what you said, honestly.
No problem. I want to be able to say, like, a lot of times 2 years, yourself 2 years ago is not the same that you are today. And when you think about yourself from 2 years ago to where you are now, do you feel that you're unstoppable in comparison than when you were 2 years ago? Or some things that you still need to build on to even make yourself even more unstoppable at this point?
Okay, so yes, I feel like I'm on the way up because if I'm being honest, I struggled really hard after becoming a mom and all the things. Like, I didn't feel like myself anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was all about the baby. I was always with the baby. I was terrified to go out. I was terrified to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, what if I need to feed him out here? Or what if I need to change his diaper? Or I don't know, just like overthinking because first time mom, and I didn't know how I was going to react. You know what I'm saying? So I think I was at a low place and like at a down place. And then add like the eczema stuff that I had to deal with my son and still do. That kind of just had me like really down. So I mean, it may sound corny to say, but I kind of feel like Matt reaching out to me about joining these films and like getting to meet all these other Christians. Like I kind of was like away from it, and then being pulled back in is kind of like, okay, so that's what I was missing, and that's what I had let go of. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, 2023, I feel like I started going up the hill, right? And then I'm like so excited for 2024. I'm just like, let's go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like stepping out and being more of like, even just on social media, like trying to think about what I want to say to people, like have a voice and not be hiding behind my kid anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like let Jada shine again, and like, not just for me, but for God. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Amen. Amen. Final thought. You mentioned you found yourself. You mentioned you found your real you. And then you mentioned that you're not afraid to be able to handle and juggle being a wife, being a parent, and pursuing your dreams. I'm gonna give you the time to speak to someone who may be having that same anxiety, that same exact sense of like, I'm on the fence and I'm sort of holding back from really going to my true purpose. So I want you to speak to them, and I want you to make them as excited as you are today. The floor is yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to the mamas because that is where I was. Like, mama, it is okay for you to take time for yourself and to put yourself above, right? You need to focus on yourself so that you can better take care of your kids. I know it's all about them. You're all wrapped up in them and you want to hide behind them, but don't. You have a purpose. You have a light inside of you. You need to let it shine, right? If you want to act, if you want to sell makeup online, but you're too scared, like just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do it, and I want you to do it because you're unique and you're special, and the world needs you. They need you.
Amen. 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 The world needs you. For all the ladies that are mothers out there, understand you're life givers. God has a plan for you. Again, Miss Jada Grice, I'm telling you, she's just getting started. Take these projects that she's doing as her starting, catapulting her forward into a brand new you. For those that are watching, let's support the Rapture 2, all these projects. And again, I pray heaven's best to you. And again, I thank you for coming on, Ms. Grice, blessing us. And for those that are watching us here, the Logan Power Show, we're just getting started. We're nationwide, worldwide. We're excited for you all. You all have a blessed one, and God be the glory. And we're signing off.
It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.
And now the host, Calvin Logan.